Hello, welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming along my journey. It's always fun to have company on the way. And the fun is in the journey, and hopefully the destination keeps changing and we can enjoy the journey. So this is the last order that I received from PenBBS BNE on Etsy. I wanted two more 500s, and these are two that I picked up. Hopefully these pictures on the second pen give that one away. But this one is quarterite, which is a top resin in my mind, and I think it'll work great in this pen. We can see here pictures of Niango. And underneath of that is that classic box where BNE ships the two pens named after her cats, Niango and Amber. So let's look at these a little bit more in detail and compare them to some other 500s, and also maybe do a shootout between Amber and Niango. So inside those sleeves are these two different boxes. Here's the metal one, which we've seen a few times before, and the ever-present cardboard one with a magnetic closure on it. I think these are two excellent resin colors to complement the design of the 500 model from PenBBS. As you can see inside of the quarterite, which has some transparency, this is like the blue-gray version of Amber. And I think it's even more transparent than Amber. But if you take that same pen and you put it in Niango, which is fairly opaque, it comes a different look. I think the 500 is one of their best designs. I know the 456 ergonomically I love and use them daily. And I do have one of my 500s inked up for daily use. But the pen immediately, when you bring it into your hand, feels good, feels substantial. I think the dimensions are, again, excellent, ergonomically very good. The only real downside is it doesn't post. The pen comes with filling instructions in both English and Chinese, and they're very clear. But let's show you how it works. So there's a rod in there that's activated by unscrewing this piece at the end. And once you get it started, it comes out fairly easily, and it slides easily up and down. You pull it up to the top. You rotate clockwise to engage the piston. So now it won't turn in this direction anymore. And then you push down, and usually that initial push takes a little bit of effort because we know PenBBS pistons have a tendency to stick. So when you uncap it, you put that nib into the ink, or you push down first, put the nib into the ink, release, and that piston comes up fairly quickly and draws up a lot of ink. I tend to release it slowly so it doesn't cavitate, and you really get a full fill. So this is one of the easiest, most efficient filling systems I think that's around. Then you turn it counterclockwise, so you turn it in this direction, and now that rod moves up and down very easily, and then you turn it clockwise to put it in place at the bottom of the barrel. Now occasionally this will come undone, you know, carrying it around using the pen, but it doesn't impact anything because it's not going to move that piston unless you pull it up and engage it, which is not something that's going to happen accidentally. So that's how the piston fills. I think we need to do a little comparison of Niango and Amber resins. Before we do Niango versus Amber, I thought I would show my four PenBBS 500 models This is Aurora, which has been inked up since day one. I use it daily. Here's the Corduroy one, which I recently purchased. And they are also two very similar resins in that amber family, where there's a swirl within the resin. The resin here is a little bit blue-gray. This is a green resin. And of course, it's an amber resin on the amber pen. And this is that great blue ocean color. We'll give you the numbers of these colors to indicate what they are. And here's that Niango one, which I recently got. And I think this is 4 extremely interesting looking pens. You got that great filling system, good ergonomics. I'm happy. Well, here we have my 3 Niangos and my 5 Amber is a cat. PenBBS pens with some selected stickers showing the 2 cats in real life, which is really nice that BNE includes those in the packaging. There's a few of them. This is just a selected grouping of them. Thought it was good to see the cat with pens that they enjoy using. Hopefully we don't find any with claw marks or teeth marks on them. Let's dive in a little bit deeper into the pens. Besides being 2 impressive resins, we have the 500, the 355, the 308, the 480, the 469, 2 471s, and the 352. So that runs a gambit of models. These finishes appear and disappear sometimes fairly quickly, and I'm just fortunate that I was able to purchase these. So these 2 pens would be good to compare because they're the same model, same shape, just with 2 different resins. So when this fills with ink, again, you can change the way the amber looks by filling it with ink in an eyedropper format, or if you leave a cartridge converter in there, that also shows up. But I just find Niango to be a more interesting resin in my personal opinion. I love that cracked ice design. This is more of a swirl design. You know, as color goes, I lean more towards the Niango colors that are in that resin versus the colors that are in the amber resin. I mean, the amber Chatoyan Sea is certainly very nice, but it's typical of this type of resin where the Chatoyan Sea is at 180 degrees as you twirl around. So that's how those 2 look. Going to a bigger form factor, we'll do the 355 versus the 352. So you can get an idea of what it looks like in the entire pen. And one of the things that PenBBS has always done, which I've been very impressed with, is as the resin varies, it follows through with what's in the barrel versus what's in the cap. And I just find that to be an incredibly nice little touch and feature there. And again, if I'm going to have to pick one, I would pick Niango, even though I do have more ambers than I do Niango pens. So here's 2 ambers, similar profile. You know, the 480 is kind of an updated on the 308, you know, with the pointy ends and that classic shape and be able to post well, which some of the other ones, like the 500, does not. But there's a lot of variety in this resin, so no 2 pens are going to look the same, but there's no mistaking them as 2 amber pens. And at times that Chatoyan Sea can be very intense, the black can be intense. You know, in that aspect, you know, amber does have that appeal, which I certainly understand, but I just find Niango to have a longer lasting impact visually. So I'd mentioned that I think Aurora, which is the bottom one, Corduroy here, and Amber are a resin made in a similar style. Obviously not exactly the same style. Corduroy and Aurora are much closer together than the Amber one, but again, it's a base resin, a green, a gray, and an amber. And then some swirls in there, some pearlescence in there. Amber definitely has more swirls and more pearlescence than Aurora and Quarterite. Closing, I think we need to revisit the two wonderful cats that inspired these resins, at least inspired the name of the resins. I think we can see the resemblance of the coloring patterns in both of these two lovely creatures and the fountain pens that are named after them. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you found this interesting, and I don't want to create any controversy between the Amber and Niango followers. I think both of them can be appreciated, enjoyed equally. Enjoy your pens. Enjoy what you do. It's trying times. Hopefully a little color and a little visual entertainment will be welcomed. So we're going to say this is the end for now. No writing, but not all pens are just for writing. Some you can just enjoy visually. Enjoy your day, enjoy your life. Make the best of these trying situations and look forward to the future. Until the next video, bye.